There's just one place where you can drive a new Acura ZDX for only $239 a month. The Customer Appreciation Sale at Acura of Pembroke Pines. Thank you for making us number one.
After 40 years, the Big Cheese Miami is still producing great Italian food. They started in 1984. Since then, they've been winning awards while being voted the best inexpensive Italian restaurant in Miami. Visit them for great food, amazing service. Witness the decades of Cane's memories. The walls are like a Miami Hurricanes Hall of Fame. The Big Cheese delivers anything on its menu or party platter menu to your home, office, or even a park for a picnic. Located at 8080 Southwest 67th Avenue, Miami. Call 305-662-6855. TheBigCheeseMiami.com, where they serve large portions at family prices.
If you're looking to take your home or business to the next level, then RM Contractors and Custom Drywall can assist you. RM specializes in new residential turnkey, new commercial turnkey, home and office remodeling. Call them for free estimates. Serving all of South Florida, licensed and insured. Call Ray or Mike, 305-345-3649. You work hard to create the perfect atmosphere. You dream it, we'll build it. RM Contractors and Custom Drywall, 305-345-3649 or Instagram at RMC Fisher Island.
We're celebrating a new year with new savings at Toyota of Hollywood, the official #1 volume Toyota dealer. Save big on a 24 Corolla, not $24,000, $17,988. Buy with 0% financing, 0 down. We're bringing you deals that strike fast and hard at the #1 volume Toyota dealer, Toyota of Hollywood, on 441 between Hollywood Boulevard and Sheridan Street. Open till midnight.
Hi, this is Jeff Welt from Welt and Rayom. Dan and I have been in business together for over 22 years. We're not your typical lawyers. When Dan's not working in the office, he's flying his stunt plane. When I'm not in the office, I'm either getting tattooed, bowling, riding a motorcycle, or going to concerts. We might not be your typical attorneys, but we are aggressive attorneys, and we'll do whatever it takes to get you what you deserve. Consultations are always free. Call us anytime, 24/7.
Welt and Rayom can help.
Tuesday, 7 p, the place to be. It is the Squared Circle Digest. I am Sean Stanley. Frankie Fresco will be joining us hopefully here in a moment, but a lot to get to, a lot to talk to. If you have not seen the Royal Rumble recap, please jump on over to the Stanley Media House Network YouTube channel. Check it out, see what we had to say about the Royal Rumble. So we'll dive a little bit into the Royal Rumble tonight, and then also a lot of other subjects that we will be getting to. So don't forget also, is there any video of Sean in the ring? That would be cool AF for the intro. Actually, the first intro was me in the ring. So maybe I'll break that out. I'll try to find that if I get a chance. I remember the original intro. I actually had the intro that was my ring entrance music at near the end of my time in the ring. So, but I'll bring that back. I'll put that in there, no doubt. Appreciate you, Josh. What up, Sean and Frankie? Steven Gonzalez. What up, my boys? Let's digest some Squared Circle talk. Appreciate you guys. Everybody that's listening to us on, and Dad, appreciate you being in as always. Everybody's watching us on Facebook, the Stanley Media House Network. Please share it and let's get it growing. And then also on Twitch and on X. try to buy some time here for Frankie Fresco to join us. So if you have any thoughts on the Royal Rumble, go ahead and throw them in there here and let me know what you think of what happened during the Royal Rumble. And then if I just don't want to jump into topics until Frankie gets here, and then when Frankie gets here, I'll already be in the middle. So we'll see what is going on here. Hopefully he will be joining us. I apologize. Got two things going on at one time. Come on now, Sean. Is there any video? No, there was no doubt. Let me tell you something now. There was no frog splashes from the top rope, even when I was wrestling. My lightest weight, I think, was 250, and my heaviest I got was 298. So at no point was I a high flyer. So that would have been that is 100%. What I think the ending could have been. With the Royal Rumble. You know what's interesting, and we'll dive into it in the first topic here. And Steven, if you can, just elaborate a little bit on what you thought, meaning the ending could have been better. I'll wait a minute for you to do that response. I know you guys are on the delay. So I just want to see what you say first before I go into mine, because I want to see how this rolls out here. And then we're also going to talk about the Charlotte Flair. And also AEW Grand Slam Australia is February 14th, 10 days away. And it was interesting. Tell them, no Swamp. There was nothing. The only thing I did off the top ropes was I got slammed when I was a heel. That was my move to let the babyface come back. Or the superplex. And I would take it. I never gave the superplex. I would take him. That is... What's going on? Do you think the Jimmy emotions yesterday were real? You mean the Jay emotions, right? Or did Jimmy come out and say something? No doubt. You mean Jay with the crying in the ring and stuff? I think that's 100% real. You saw him. He had to kind of catch himself when Gunther came out there and kind of get back up into Chad. What's up, man? Try to get back into the fold a little bit so that he could actually, be there, because he had tears in his eyes, man. For 13 minutes. 13 minutes that intro was. From the time, and then when it cut off, they said one more. They wanted it. The crowd wanted it. And that's what happens when you get people invested in the story. And that's the one thing that is interesting to me. And Josh says, I don't think Jay is ready. No doubt, my bad. What up, Sean? He thought 30, somebody was going to come in crazy. And okay. Yeah. I mean, I honestly thought it was geared up. When I saw Punk, Roman, and Seth all eliminated at the same time, I said, oh, man, Cena's going to win this. Cena is going to pull off this victory and go on and go for a title shot. And then Jey Uso wins with just a simple shove off of the apron. And I was like, interesting, as just a Saturday ago or 2 Saturdays before, Gunther beat Jey rather cleanly in the ring. And I honestly think that loss now was to build up more for Jey winning the Royal Rumble. So now you have him battling adversity, right? He gets beat. The main event has been his one Achilles heel, right? He's main event Jey Uso, but he doesn't win the big one. He doesn't win the main event. Now he finally wins the main event, and now he's heading to WrestleMania to main event. And the interesting thing is, and Chad says, has to be Gunther. The story is set. And I thought the same thing, but then I thought of an interesting part of this. Elimination Chamber is going on right now. And usually the Elimination Chamber is the contestants are on the brand that is going to get the title shot. And if you look at what they're doing right now, that's Raw. Raw is Gunther. So when you're looking at the Elimination Chamber, I don't think. I think Cena versus Gunther at WrestleMania, and I honestly think Jey Uso is going to end up choosing Cody Rhodes. And I don't know how they're going to relay it back into the whole bloodline story, but I feel like this is going to lead back into, he beat the tribal chief. Jey Uso needs to, the family legacy or whatever else. Because to me, and again, this is the old regime doing this, so maybe Triple H changes it around. But usually the Elimination Chamber, as I said, is the brand that the title is going to fight for. And that would be Raw, which is Gunther. So to me, Jey challenges Cody. And the interesting part I thought to this was, okay, so then you go to WrestleMania and John Cena versus Gunther to get his 18th or 17th title, right? Because he said he'd be on hand to shake the person who wins 18. So I think it's 17th heavyweight title or 18th, whichever one it is. He breaks the record with the next win. But then I thought about this. What if they swerve it even more? And this is where I wish I had good old Frankie on here with me to talk about this, was when you sit there and you look at everything that's going on, the one thing that has been made obvious to me is this WrestleMania is not going to be as star-studded as the last WrestleMania. I believe, and looking at how everything's going, and then also on reports that are going on, and again, none of them have been, I don't think CM Punk fights for a title at WrestleMania. I don't think Seth fights for a title at Royal Rumble or at WrestleMania, and I don't think Roman fights for a title. I think they end up fighting each other. I think you're going to end up getting those three going at a triple threat or in some kind of match to where, like they're going to settle the score. At some point, I thought it was going to be Seth against Roman. That's my honest opinion. I thought Seth would verse Roman. And that would allow CM Punk to win the Elimination Chamber. And I know you're saying, Sean, you just said John Cena versus Gunther. But then I thought about this. And again, this is where I wish Frankie was here. John Cena just needs another heavyweight title win. So my thought is this. CM Punk wins the Elimination Chamber. And if they do change things, he'll verse one champion, Jey Uso versus the other. So the championship matches are made. If they go with the Roman being injured thing, I believe Roman will be back by WrestleMania, but I believe it will be to take on Seth Rollins in some capacity. That's got to be the match, whatever they do. And with the way it's going now, I would mind seeing them like in a Hell in a Cell type match, to where it's just beat the crap out of each other and let it go. So if Jey chooses Gunther, and CM Punk wins Elimination Chamber, so then he versus the great, sorry, hold on a minute. Frankie just jumped in. I'm trying to get him in here. I apologize. Hold on a minute. This thing's very difficult. There we go. All right, hold on a minute. Uh-oh. Are you still there? There we go. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, the Frankie Fresco.
Hey, look, man. Sometimes in life, you're tired and you go to sleep, and then you wake up late to a show. I apologize. I fell asleep And thank God you sent me a message, and I was like, "Holy crap! I forgot about the show." So, my apologies to you, and apologies to everybody. My bad, I'm late. Sorry.
All good. So, what we're talking about is Jey Uso choosing who, and I said I believe because the way the Elimination Chamber is setting up, usually the brand that the Elimination Chamber's on, which is Raw at this point, dictates who they're going after. So that would be Gunther.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas that would mean Jay chooses Cody. This is my thinking. Then at Elimination Chamber, everybody thinks Cena wins the Elimination Chamber, which we'll dive into that in a little bit. But what if he doesn't win Elimination Chamber and say CM Punk wins it, and now CM Punk goes to face Gunther or Cody, whoever Jay doesn't choose? Now you think John Cena has no chance of a title match, of a World Heavyweight title match at WrestleMania, correct?
Mm-hmm.
What happens if John Cena says his name? Do you think the TNA World Heavyweight title would be defended at WrestleMania?
No.
No?
No.
Because there's a lot of the Joe Hendry, John Cena chatter going on right now.
I mean, they already missed the opportunity for that, man. Why
No,
are they all
I don't think they did.
Why all of a
They
sudden
did.
they want to bring it back? If, for example, they had the opportunity to bring it during Royal Rumble, and then they
No,
let
they
it go.
laid it low so that nobody thought about it.
Maybe. Oh, Steven is like, Sean, he's still sleepy. I am. I'm still half asleep. I'm not gonna lie. Not gonna lie. I am half asleep. Not so bad. I don't know, man. I mean, to be honest with you, first and foremost, why are we even talking about Jey Uso and who he chooses? It's we should be talking about should Jey Uso be the man? Because what his promo was last night was what I like to call a lot of people tremenda come mierda. That's what I'm trying to say right there. I don't know if Sean knows what I'm saying with that, but that promo didn't live up to expectations, sir. That's all I'm saying.
What was the promo though? What did you think the promo was supposed to do?
Well, first and foremost, Jey Uso for 14 minutes was yeeting with everybody in all of Cleveland. And when he finally opened his mouth, it felt like it was a letdown, man. I honestly felt that Jey Uso kind of, with all due respect to Mr. Yeet, he needs to get some help on that mic skills, bro. I feel like his mic skills are not that very good. I feel like his mic skills need some area of opportunity here. You have, for 14 minutes, people going crazy, and then that's what you come up with when you finally open your mouth? Seems kind of whack, bro. That's just me.
He couldn't have been overwhelmed that he got that reaction for 14 minutes. They wanted him to continue going over and over. Did you think that he was going to get that reaction?
I feel like he was gonna get that reaction.
You knew that they were going to chant one more time and make the music start over again.
This is exactly of like let's just keep it real. This is the same thing as the Yes movement. That's all it is. It's the exact same thing.
Actually, I think it's going more toward John Cena movement. Did you see what he was wearing yesterday?
Who was wearing?
Jey Uso.
What was he wearing?
He came in an orange Yeet shirt, orange Yeet glasses. They're in Cleveland. That's the color of their teams. That's what John Cena used to do. Wherever they were at, they got hustle, loyalty, and respect was the color of the college team or NFL team in that area. That's what they did. Jey Uso is their new person to get the young audience. That is what he is.
I thought this was the Yes movement. I'm calling this
in the essence of people getting behind him. Yes, but I believe what the machine is hoping is it turns more into the Cena movement as well, because then they can sell the merchandise, the Yeet glasses, the hands, and it's off to the kids.
Yes, but it would only be successful if Mr. Yeet is able to actually be a decent champion. And as of right now, it feels like I don't think the guy has the mic skills in order to be a long term champion in my eyes. I feel like
I don't think even if he wins a title, I don't think he's a long term champion. I don't, but I think he could be a champion for a little bit.
I don't know, man.
My only question is when you do it this way, the way I look at it is, and this is where I said, do they have him somehow this bring back the bloodline part of this to Jey Uso if he challenges Cody? Does it somehow bring along the bloodline? But because Jay's not going to turn. I don't think they turn Jay heel.
No, Jay
Or do they
would
turn
not be
Cody
heel.
heel?
But why are you guys contemplating? Look, I mean, I would be shocked if Jay goes after Cody. That's just me. I honestly feel that this is supposed to be Jay versus Gunther. And I felt like it would be a fatal four-way between Cody, Roman, CM Punk, and Seth Rollins. That's what I thought was. I thought that was gonna happen because we're not getting The Rock at WrestleMania this year.
Well, that's what everything's pointing toward. But now he's upset, so now he may just end up making his way into the thing somehow. But my thing is, I think you get a triple threat with them. Now, if the winner versus Cody, that might be part of a thing that you could do for night 2. Night 1 be the triple threat, and night 2 be the thing. I don't think you get a 4-way with all of them versus Cody. Like that just doesn't make sense. The 3 of them killing each other to get to Cody makes sense, but to throw Cody in there, unless you want to take the title off of him, and then he doesn't have to get pinned. Like if that's the thinking, then I guess you can make it a 4-way. But other than that, there's no reason to have Cody involved in that until one of them decides out who's going to beat the rest of them, and then go into the match. So I don't know. I just don't see a 4-way at WrestleMania being the main event.
All right, last year's main event was Cody versus Roman Reigns, right? That was the main event. If we put Jey Uso versus Cody, would that live up to expectation of last year?
I don't think you can do anything to live up to expectations of last year. The build up to last year was something special. I mean, that's just one of those things that it just happened and it took off. I don't think you're going to live up to that at all. Even if you brought The Rock back, I don't know that it's going to live up to that again.
I think the only way you make it up, or at least you come close to what was last year, is by making those type of matches, making it a fatal a 3-way match, or make it a fatal 4-way match. Because then you're gonna get you're living up to expectation to what happened last year, without having The Rock having to be present. Without The Rock being present.
I love
in this
CM
WrestleMania.
Punk, I love Roman, I love Seth, but that has nothing. The fire the whole thing with when everybody thought, oh, they're stealing it from Cody, the Cody crybabies, The Rock doing the filming on his own Instagram and all that stuff. None of those guys are doing anything like that to build up what was last year, man. I don't think you're getting that from anybody.
So there's just let it be then. So in other words, what you're trying to tell me is, hey, because of the simple fact that we don't have The Rock or the story that the fans kind of created last year, that this year it can't live up to the same expectation. We have to go.
It could live up to WrestleMania, but I don't know that. Look, if you try to do it, it's not going to work. If it organically happens, and maybe that's why they're hoping this whole Yeet movement works. Mm-hmm. Could you imagine 76,000 people at Allegiant Stadium doing that?
Again,
the visual.
It's the same thing as the Yes movement, man. The exact same thing. That's all it is.
And what happened at the end of the Yes movement?
Bryan Danielson won. That's the difference. So we know Jey Uso's gonna win. But do you want Jey Uso to take? Do you really think Jey Uso's gonna beat Cody Rhodes? No.
I don't understand where the Elimination Chamber's going. I mean, again, I'm going off of what happened before Triple H took over. The Elimination Chamber was always for the title of the brand that everybody's on. Everybody's on Raw. Gunther's on Raw.
Yes.
So unless there's a last minute, and again, I know they said the transfer on Raw, they said the transfer window's closing. Has it closed yet?
I'm not sure.
Because he said, and I got one last pick, and it's AJ Styles. And I was like, okay, all right. So does that mean the window's closed? Because another thing that I was always wondering was, because Cody showed up on Raw a couple times, does Gunther go to SmackDown? Gunther showed up on SmackDown. So do they switch them, and then now that match would be against Cody?
Okay, let me ask you. What do you want? What does Sean Stanley want? Who does Sean want Jey Uso to choose? Who do you want him to choose?
See, here's the thing. Short-term storytelling, I think him and Gunther tell a good story as far as Jey hasn't been able to beat Gunther. But if they want to keep a bloodline story going that's almost pretty much done, what better way to revive it than with Jey Uso?
But then where does Roman Reigns playing into all this?
Again, he'll have to start. He'll have to be there he'll have to go after Jey. I mean, that's what I'm saying. That's the only way that this works out is if Jey wins a title, because then you still have Jimmy Uso, you still have Jacob Fatu, you still got Roman, you got Solo if he ever comes back. You've got 4 guys there with Jey that can keep the bloodline, not necessarily the bloodline like the 2.0 and all this stuff, but at least there's part of an angle there that they're still fighting. If you put in Jey against Gunther, then they go after Jey if he wins the title over there, I guess. But then Jey beats the guy that beat the tribal chief if he beats Cody. That's right. That's the thing. Like I don't know which way or what I want to watch. I want to let it play out, man. I don't want to look. I said I didn't like the fact that Jey won at SummerSlam, but when you
mean at Royal Rumble?
The Royal Rumble, sorry. Damn. What'd I say?
At SummerSlam.
SummerSlam, yeah, whichever way. So, again, I didn't like that win, but then when I saw the way the crowd was behind him at the thing, and then when you saw Gunther come out, I just feel like that's just too easy. And I get it. Everybody says WWE's predictable, and I know Triple H says predictable isn't always bad. Mm-hmm. I just feel like the predictable thing is, of course, Jey Uso choosing Gunther.
But when we spoke about during the post show of the Royal Rumble, we mentioned to all the fans, and we were mentioning, and you mentioned a very good point, was that the whole Jey Uso story is the whole Cody Rhodes all over again this year.
Yeah.
So it would make logical sense for it to be Jey Uso versus Gunther, because that way we could go ahead and have that story finally finish, and we would allow Cody to challenge whoever he wants. It gives WWE options. They could go the John Cena way. They could go a triple threat match, and then
that's why I think Gunther becomes that. What you're saying, what you just said right there, because I feel like if Cena wins Elimination Chamber, he goes to WrestleMania to win a title, right?
Mm-hmm.
So he beats Cody or he beats Gunther.
Does he win? That's the other thing you need to realize.
Again, no, he doesn't have to, and that's why I threw out the whole Joe Hendry thing. But then also with the Joe Hendry thing is he just has to win an 17 title.
He doesn't.
He doesn't have to win it at WrestleMania. He doesn't have to win it at. It almost makes the story better if he doesn't.
Correct.
If you wait till like November, December and let him win his final, but then again, you can't do it then because then he leaves with the belt. So you can't have him leave with the belt. But you do it a little bit beforehand where it looks like he's not going to get it done, and then boom, he pulls the rabbit out of the hat. I think it makes for a better ride off into the sunset.
I mean,
in the
it
John
could
Cena
be.
storyline. But again, if you want a big oh shit moment, it's Cena winning his title at WrestleMania.
WrestleMania.
It just, again, those where all the big moments happen, man. It's going to be interesting because again, this is a new regime doing this, man. This isn't your old regime where it was kind of like, okay, Cena's gonna get it. I don't necessarily know that Cena breaks the record, honestly, right now.
Yeah, but I mean, again, we like to go ahead and circle back, and history repeats itself when it comes to wrestling. So when somebody's retiring, most likely there's a very good chance that the superstar ends up on top. So there's a very good chance that with or without Vince, with Triple H holding it down, there's a very good chance that John Cena is going to end up on top. Now the question is, who is he gonna go after? Who is he gonna be able to supersede? Is it gonna be Cody or is it gonna be Gunther? And does it have to necessarily be in WrestleMania? Can it be something somewhere else? It could be on SummerSlam instead.
Yeah.
He said he was gonna give it a whole year. So
Yeah, no, he gave the whole year, so he's there the whole year again. And the thing is, like, man, the other question I have is this: and again, this is looking future wise, not just. This is after WrestleMania. If Jay does win the title and you got the titles on Jay and Cody, if you're looking at it going further, who does Cena go after?
I just don't feel Jey Uso would be a really good champion in my eyes.
I feel like he's a transitional guy, man. I do.
I
think he's good enough to win a title, but he can't hold it for, 200 days. No.
I'm already pissed that he actually.
I think it's all. And the other thing is, and what's funny is, everybody's always told me like a baby face as a champion is difficult, and you start seeing it now because even with like Cody now, like people are booing him for what he did to Kevin Owens. They were booing him. They were like you. It just doesn't.
But I think
whereas Roman was a champion and didn't show up half the time. I get it.
Yeah.
But when he came out, it's so odd to me because the heel can hold on to a title longer because it's for the baby face, it's more about the chase. And then once the chase ends, now what are we supposed to cheer for you for? You already got the title.
Yeah, but I think WWE kind of helped Cody last night with Kevin Owens attacking Sami Zayn. So I think that's going to help the fact that, hey, they were booing Cody. Now you brought it back with Kevin Owens being the heel and making sure that the fans know, hey, he is the heel, not Cody. So I think they, whether they did that on purpose, whether that was part of the storyline way before or not, I think that helps Cody either way. So
yeah.
I don't think at the end of the day, I think Cody has had his run as a champion, and I think he'll still continue to have his run as a champion. And he's a baby. So it's just, the I don't the question here for me is going to be if whoever Jay chooses, whether it's Cody or whether it's Gunther, the most logical sense for me is Gunther. Go after Gunther, Elimination Chamber. I don't think John Cena is going to win Elimination Chamber. So whoever wins that match would probably make its way over to go against Cody. Because if you put a main event, Jey Uso versus Cody in WrestleMania, that is going to flop. That's not a good main event for WrestleMania. That's why he needs to choose Gunther. Just makes logical sense. There's more history between the two.
But you think a Jey Uso Gunther main event is better than a Cody versus Jey Uso main event?
Remember what I told you. I don't think either one of them is good. To be honest with you, I think both of them need help. I feel like Jey.
No, that's what I'm saying. It's going to be a strong undercard at WrestleMania.
No, but I mean that help in the sense that matchup by itself needs help. Like, it can't just be Jey Uso versus Cody or Jey Uso versus Gunther. I feel like if that's one of the main events we get, either or, it's a weak main event. That's just how, even if you have the whole crowd yeeting all over the place, it still feels, in my eyes, like a weak main event. Because I don't feel that Jey Uso has gotten to that level. I feel like Uso still needs a
good point where he could main event night one. He could main event night one. Because, night two is going to be, whatever. The Cody, CM Punk, Cody, whatever is going to be the night two. And then night one, you'll probably have a heavier dose of undercard. Maybe the triple threat with Roman and them, and then also Sammy had a good point. They're going to move Roman to Raw and Netflix and let Roman's jealousy as an angle grow. I mean, I understand that, and then I guess then they do. Then I don't understand the whole Elimination Chamber then though, because it's all Raw guys, and then they're going to go after the SmackDown title.
Well, then the winner of the Elimination Chamber would then go and make his presence felt in SmackDown instead of being in Raw.
Yeah, but again, that's why I asked: is the window still open? Because it makes no sense if the transfer window's closed and this guy wins and then goes over there. So he goes over there because he won the match. He's allowed to transfer. Is that going to be the story?
Yeah, because he's chasing the champion now, and he decided to chase the SmackDown champion, so he's going to be able to go over there.
Okay, then so I don't think it's going to be CM Punk then.
Oh, winning the Elimination Chamber?
Yeah. Because here's the thing. If Roman goes to Raw, you got Seth, CM Punk, and Roman all there continuing that going.
Who do you have? Let's start from the beginning here. Who do you have making it into the Elimination Chamber? Obviously, we already know John Cena, but who do you think is going to be the other competitor?
We know CM Punk is in, and then I think
CM Punk, yeah, true.
Next week Seth beats Finn Balor.
Okay.
And from there, I honestly don't know who they're going to put in there.
That's true, because we don't know. Is that Roman Reigns situation, is he really injured, or is that part of the story?
I think he's injured enough to where he's out of Elimination Chamber. I think that's what's going to happen.
So that's an actual legit injury for him?
No. I think it's a storyline injury that's going to keep him, so they don't have to put him in the pay-per-view.
Okay.
And have him lose again, in a way. Because remember, in Elimination Chamber, you have to be pinned to be eliminated. That's the thing, like you have to get pinned or submitted to be eliminated. It's not like a over-the-top rope thing. So that means if it's Seth Rollins, CM Punk, John Cena, one of those guys are going to have to pin each other to win this match.
How many compete in the Elimination Chamber?
Total.
Six
five,
total, right?
5 openings because Cena took the first one.
Yeah, because they favoritism to Cena, of course.
Yeah. And
right.
I agree. I think Penta should be in it, but he's not going to be in it because I don't think they're going to let him take the L.
Wait, hold on a second.
That doesn't make sense to put him in there and take an L.
You agree that Penta should be in the Elimination Chamber?
I think he deserves to be on the pay-per-view.
Okay, that's one thing, but we're talking about being in the Elimination Chamber.
When you look at Raw, who else on there right now deserves? When you look at that Raw roster right now, Penta's one of the hottest guys on the roster.
Yeah, but you can't include him in the whole. You can't include him. You can't make him leap all these other guys and all of a sudden now be against the heavyweights out there. I know he's been doing well for himself, but you can't just do that quickly.
No, I don't think they'll put him in there. I think he deserves, with what he's done so far, he deserves the opportunity. Maybe not this early, but he deserves. He's on that plane right now with most of those guys because I feel like it's going to be, man. I'm thinking of the Raw roster right now. You throw Dominic Mysterio in there somehow?
You got to put Logan Paul in there. Logan Paul.
Logan Paul is fighting next week against Rey Mysterio. Yeah. So that's right. So Logan Paul will get in probably. So then we got one person left or two?
We got Punk, Seth, John Cena, and Logan Paul, right? Those are 4?
That's 4, so 2 more.
Okay, so we need to find out who are the other 2.
No, Logan Paul's Raw now.
Logan Paul's Raw now, yeah. I'm just trying to think of the guys who were the last in the Royal Rumble. So we remove Seth, we remove Roman Reigns because he's hurt.
Yep.
The other guy, Drew McIntyre. You could probably stick in Drew McIntyre in there.
Yeah, there you go, Drew.
And you could probably stick in Damian Priest and have those guys in there, and then obviously develop more on that.
Yeah, you can develop more of that feud. Okay, that's probably it then. That's probably the ones right there. So there's probably your Elimination Chamber.
Yeah,
I would think somehow, or maybe again, I do they do it to where Drew and Damian, like Damian's taking on Dom Mysterio, right, to get into Elimination Chamber, and Drew cost him the match.
Nah.
So then Drew or Damian cost Drew the match or something like that.
The
I just
thing
don't
is,
know. Elimination Chamber gets put it like, yeah, I guess it could continue the feud, I guess, somehow.
yeah, I mean, it just doesn't make any. I mean, you could put in Dom, but I just feel Dom is not in the same level as those
Oh no,
guys.
he just be in there to get beat around and thrown around
Correct.
and thrown into the cage, and like they usually have that one high flyer guy in there that's just getting thrown everywhere. Austin Theory the 1 year, I think Ray was in there 1 year. So yeah, I think you're gonna see something like that. But yeah, I guess that would be I guess that's the best 6 right now. And
Yeah,
then now,
because LA Knight is not in
no, he's SmackDown,
he's SmackDown. Yeah.
and plus I don't think Drew wants to be in anything with him right now. So
Yeah. Well, that would. I mean, if they're smart, they would be able to do. They should do
well,
that.
that's what
from the
I
top.
think. It's probably the next thing he's going.
They should stir the pot and do that. But
Yep, definitely. All right, the next thing, the other Royal Rumble winner, Charlotte Flair. She came out to a crowd reaction that I don't. Did it catch you off guard, Frankie, or was it? I thought that was what's going to happen.
yep, yep. I really did think that was gonna happen. The crazy thing about it is, I can't blame Charlotte Flair. You gotta blame WWE for making this such a predictable situation, and she's just been placed in a really bad spot. Because if you look at this, she has been working her ass off to try to come back from this serious injury. This girl has never been in a situation where you've had so much, like, dude, she has to face a lot of adversity. And then all of a sudden, and then we find out that she was going and having, you know, issues in her marriage. So, dude, like, you would assume that the fans would have a little sympathy for her. But the only reason the fans don't have any sympathy for her or don't like her is because WWE gave her the victory. And they said, hey, here you go. Here's the win. Which, in my eyes, you know, is it really her fault? Or they just said, hey, we felt like, when the going gets tough and we need a superstar to headline WrestleMania, we got to rely on Charlotte Flair. Same thing that they did with Becky Lynch. Those girls would always be the ones headlining WrestleMania. So I don't blame her, man. It sucks that people are booing her because she doesn't deserve to get booed in my eyes. I like her. She came back from a serious injury. She went through her stuff with the divorce stuff. I mean, I didn't even know that was going on. I feel bad for her that she all of a sudden now, hey, is getting all that hatred. What about you? Do you feel the same way?
I feel bad for her that because again she tried to come out and I think it was supposed to go the same way with Jay. That Jay went, do a heartfelt thing at the beginning, and then just go from there. And she tried to get the heartfelt, and it didn't go from there. And then it took her a minute, but then she turned into more heelish a little bit. And I think the Rhea coming out helped turn it around a little bit more for her to get composed. Because again, remember, this was Charlotte's first in crowd in front of everybody promo in a long time. And I just think it started off rough and it kind of was like, damn, because when she came out, she got a pop. And then when she went to talk, they started booing her. And that's the thing where I think also it goes back to the character development of hers. Like, I don't think anybody ever sees her as a babyface. They don't. It's like her dad. They don't. The only reason they cheered with him when he was so old was because, they wanted to see him win at the end because they didn't want to see him leave for a little while, and that tells you one of two things. She does very good at her character portrayal, which I think she does. And you just got some badass people. They don't care about, they think everything revolves around wrestling and they don't understand that, okay, she's coming out to cut a heartfelt promo at the beginning and then she'll switch into whether she's going to be babyface or heel, and they automatically went into boo mode, and it didn't go well from there.
I mean, now that she's being booed left and right, I mean, she should just embrace it, which I think she is, and she's going to be the heel no matter who she faces at WrestleMania.
Yeah. Yeah, no, because Tiffy's over and Rhea's over. So, and now here's the thing for you. I mean, because honestly, I think we probably I mean, we've read a lot of what's been out, so I think it's going to angle toward Tiffany and Charlotte. But again, they did lay the egg last night of their feud, and it's 1-1. So which way do you think Charlotte Flair's going?
I think she could go either way, but if I had to choose, man, I think I think they need to run it with Rhea Ripley, because I think they could have Nia Jax go against Tiffany Stratton in the other WrestleMania for the other belt. I think that would make sense, because then if you get, I mean, let me ask you this:
Mhm.
who would be a good opponent? Okay, so like whoever Charlotte Flair decides to pick, what would be a comparable female wrestler that could go up
It's the
against
same
Tiffany?
way as if Jay chose Gunther right now.
Yeah, I kind of think I'm
Honestly,
thinking
because if
about
you
it.
look at it, who's the best opponent for Cody that's on SmackDown? That's why I throw in all these like hypotheticals and all this stuff, because like I look at the roster and you go, there's some okay matches that could be made. Don't get me wrong, but again, like you say, with WrestleMania, you think bigger, and I don't see it. And that's the same thing with Rhea over there. I mean, I guess they moved Bailey over, but again, Bailey, Rhea,
Yeah.
Io, she's gonna be the last sport, and yeah.
The
So
only firepower that's left on the SmackDown side would be Randy Orton. That's the only one that could actually do really well on the men's side over there. And when it comes to the women's side, you I mean, Bianca Belair is the only one on that side, unless Jake Cargo comes back. But there's nobody else out there that I mean, Nia Jax, but do we really like? Do you guys want to see Nia Jax versus Tiffany? We never got that, you know. There
no,
hasn't
we
been.
haven't got that yet. But again, when you look at Elimination Chamber right now, and again, this is just some like, okay, so you're going to have that main event being the men's elimination, and you got the women's elimination. What do you think there needs to be any other firepower matches on there besides that? Like, do you think there needs to be any type of title matches? I guess is my question. Or you think the Elimination Chamber matches are enough?
I think the Elimination Chamber matches are enough.
Okay, no, that's fine. That's fine. I was just wondering because again, that's like 6 matches in one. Each one is like 6 matches in one, or something, 5 matches in one, whatever it is. Can you get one winner? So then I guess you wouldn't get Nia, because my thinking was, would you put Nia Tiffany in there leading up to WrestleMania? But if you don't put it there, then it probably will be WrestleMania, and then Charlotte takes on. But Charlotte also said, and this is where it gets weird too. Charlotte said she's going to NXT again, because remember, she's the only one that cashed in the Royal Rumble win against Rhea the last time.
Yeah.
So Jay didn't say anything about showing up on NXT. I guess he don't want to mess with Obafemi. He's like, nah, that's all right. I'll take on Cody or
That's true. Yeah.
Cody or Gunther. I'm not going to take on Obafemi. I'm good. So yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. I really don't. That's why I'm really looking forward to seeing how this plays out, because and I don't want to say this like trying to like dog it or anything, but for as bad right now as WrestleMania appears to be setting up,
Yeah.
I feel like with a couple changes and a U-turn here and a fork in the road, and all of a sudden, you know, not saying, again, as I said earlier, I don't think anything compares to what it was last year, but I think there's still enough things and they're planting enough seeds to where if something catches fire, it could be a pretty good road to WrestleMania.
Could be.
But again, I just think everybody thought, 31's going to hit and Rock was going to come out or whatever else. And then when that didn't happen, it was like, you know, and again, like I said on the Royal Rumble show, I didn't like the fact that Cena just got kind of pushed off the thing. But then I thought about it afterwards, and it was just like the simplicity of how Cena lost it. Just like that, just boop, that was his opportunity. First opportunity, gone. Just that simple. Let's see. No Doubt says, WrestleMania is going to be great. I trust the process. Well, I hope you're not a Sixers fan.
That's a fun good one.
Because that process is taking a long time. But again, WrestleMania usually sells itself, man. That's the other part too that a lot of people don't realize is a lot of people just go to WrestleMania to be a part of everything else. I mean, it's a 5-day event. It starts Thursday and Friday SmackDown, Friday SmackDown and then the Hall of Fame. Saturday's NXT and night 1, Sunday's night 2, and then you got Raw.
Yep.
So they have really no time to put a story. They do. No, they got plenty of time. I mean, that's not April 19th is April 19th and 20th. That's 2 months and 15 days.
Yeah, plenty of time.
That's 75 days to put together something. So I think they got plenty of time to put together something. But right now, I don't see anything that's apparent to the eye that says, okay, that's the way they're going. And then when Jay does pick and Charlotte does pick, I want to see how everything else plays out because that's going to be very interesting to see.
Well, let me ask you what I asked you at the first question. Who do you want Charlotte Flair to pick?
I would like to see her pick Tiffany. And then this is the reason. And this is where I hope they do the right thing in a way. I hope she picks Tiffany and then Tiffany goes over on Charlotte. If you're going to put Charlotte as the champion, let her versus Rhea. Let her versus Rhea. If that's the object is to get Charlotte another title, then let her versus Rhea and beat Rhea. Don't let her wrestle Tiffany and beat Tiffany now.
That's a good point. That's a good point. Yeah.
Rhea can lose the title and regain the title and everything else. Right now, with the whole thing is, and again, no, and then Melo says, "What if she picks NXT?" Again, do you want Julia to be on the pay-per-view? Because Julia should be on the NXT pay-per-view the morning before, the afternoon before, defending the title. I don't think that title should be defended at WrestleMania per se. But again, it's tough because then if you do have Charlotte pick her, now what matches do you have for Rhea? Or do you run Liv and Rhea again? And then Tiffany and Nia? Is that a strong enough women's...
Or you find a way to bring in Becky Lynch before WrestleMania and have her wrestle one of these two girls.
Apparently she's ready. They're just waiting for the right. I just don't know what the right time is.
Or you could probably...
At this point right now, the right time would be WrestleMania. I mean, that'd be the very time now. Now it doesn't make sense to bring her back on the road too. It should be either right after a match or something like they kind of did. Was it Bayley that year? They brought back in Damage Control.
Yeah.
With her and then Io and Dakota Kai come walking down. What about Bianca push? She could get Bianca's on SmackDown. So, maybe
maybe they get an Alexa Bliss push.
Yeah, maybe Alexa comes back. She did sign a multi-year deal, so we'll see where that goes. AOP, I'm not sure where they're at. Why it's 6, one guy's out, so apparently the whole crew's out.
Yeah, that's dumb.
So
that's dumb. That's stupid. By WWE, in my opinion.
I did like last night on the old on Raw was when Chad Gable says, "You guys are gonna have to hold down the fort. I'm heading out for. I'm putting. This is my heading out for an excursion to the darkest, deepest to learn about luchadors." Puts on his glasses and he said, "I'll be back."
Yep.
Beautiful, beautifully done. Explaining the story. So I guess Chad Gable got some vacation time.
Yep.
That's what you do.
There's certain things that WWE gets right, and there's certain things that WWE gets wrong.
That's what everybody gets stuff right and stuff wrong. I mean,
I feel like they got. I feel like they got the Jey Uso thing wrong. I feel like they've done.
I don't
wrong
think they did. I think you can't see the story. Neither can I right now. But I gotta believe that they have a. They don't do that. Like the Royal Rumble is not a throwaway. It's not like a Money in the Bank where you can kind of be like, all right, you know what? We're taking back. We thought you could do it. Now we don't believe in you. So you're going to lose the Money in the Bank briefcase, or you're going to not be able to cash it in or something. Like that's the one that's like a throwaway. The Royal Rumble is they believe in you. They see you. They've got numbers if they want to go by analytics of what you're doing, and they feel that you can do. Let's see. Am I the only one that the Netflix was lagging? Like if the Wyatts was making a return on the Sammy fight. No, I think it had to do with the because I didn't watch the whole Raw last night, so I watched it this morning, and I was getting it where it was cutting out and flickering and things like that, and it was still on the feed this morning. So I don't think the Wyatt Six, and they've been moved over to SmackDown now as well as part of the transfer window.
Yeah, they just haven't used the Wyatt Six very, very successfully, in my
Well,
opinion.
again, I think the problem is that's an attraction, man.
Okay, so if it's an attraction, why have we not seen this attraction for weeks now?
Because apparently somebody's injured. I don't know who's injured. Somebody's out. So I
So
don't know
just
who it is.
because one guy is injured, or maybe a girl is injured, you're gonna eliminate the whole faction? Do you know how
Right.
much did you see how much time and effort they put on, building it up? Every week they were saying, "Look, snippets, QR codes, doing all this."
Mhm.
You finally show them. You finally built something. You had the whole chat
And what
gateway thing and
happened? They
all
got
stuff.
in the ring, and then now all of it goes away. All of it goes away. Once you see it, and this is the one thing
That's a downfall in WWE.
it's not a downfall.
You're not capitalizing in that.
No, the problem is this. This is the one thing, and this is where, to me, right now, Bray Wyatt, rest in peace, was so far ahead of this industry because what he was doing was revolutionizing and everything else. But the problem was getting cinematic things to happen on live TV. You can do the QR codes, you can record all that stuff and make it look great. You can't do it once you're in the ring. You can't shoot out QR codes. You can't, you know what I'm saying? Then it becomes real. And that's where the disconnect with the Wyatt Six and all of that happens.
But
You
that's
have all this crazy
WWE.
stuff happening, but what do you do? What do you do? Get the lights to flicker when they're about to hit a pile driver?
No,
How
but
do you make it?
you and if you invested so much time on the Wyatt Six, whether one guy is injured or it's the girl injured, Nikki Cross, whoever, you still find ways to still keep them relevant. You just invested so much time on them, and then all of a sudden you just brush them off. That's bad business. That's bad storytelling. That's like you're like you're the hot stuff right now, but because somebody got hurt, okay, moving on to the next one.
Well,
So,
maybe they
so
weren't the hot stuff.
they were. Look at how much they invested in them, Sean.
They
Look at
have, and then when that ran out, have they invested more?
and that's what I'm saying. Whose fault is it? WWE. That's WWE's fault.
Why?
Because they don't know what they wanted to do with them afterwards. They did all this, they built them up. It's like building them up all the way to the top, and then all of a sudden being like, "Hey, all right, it's okay, let's get rid of them until we figure out what we're gonna do." It feels like Triple H likes to go ahead and he's not creating storylines here. He's just going and living by the moment. Whatever is hot right now, that's what I'm gonna give you guys, wrestling
That's
fans, and whatever. And then after it calms down, okay, we'll push it to the side. Right now, the yeet got built up. It's really hot, so I'm giving you guys Jey Uso. Oh, Penta's the new toy. Penta's doing really well. I'm giving you Penta. The Wyatt Six was so great. They were awesome. All that stuff. Now it's calmed down.
yes,
Okay,
but
let me move them to the
you
side.
need protagonists. Who's the protagonist group against the Wyatt Six?
We could have easily gotten AOP
We
on
went
there.
through we
We
went
could have
through this.
we
Yeah, but then once you beat AOP and Karrion Cross, then what?
we could have easily stuck them. We could have had two of the guys of the White Six. I told you this on Royal Rumble, and would have been against DIY and against the Motor City Machine Gun. That could have been also been done. You don't necessarily need all six of them to be wrestling at the exact same time. There's only Uncle Howdy doesn't have to be out there all the time. Uncle Howdy could be backstage just watching it on the TV. Like, you be creative with what you got. You got the potential of Undertaker was relevant for
He
how
is-
long? Undertaker would not only bounce around, they knew how to handle, they knew how to use Undertaker. It's the same concept. It's a dark type of view. Malachi Black
Yes, but it's
might
a
be coming back. You could
a different, and then also like, here's the other thing too is social media, man. Like that's the problem with a lot of this stuff now, man. You can't just sit there and Remember, The Undertaker used to park in parking lots and garages and then get in the ambulance that was going to the arena to get into the arena so nobody would see him walking into the building. Those were things they did. That doesn't happen these days.
But Sean, why are you complicating it? It doesn't matter if it gets shown. I use the media
Because
as
how are you doing what the hell's the wording?
spontaneous.
No, it's not spontaneous, man. It's the whole using oh my goodness.
I don't know where you're getting with that. I mean, I'm just the way I'm looking at it is
You're dealing with the shit, the QR codes, the stuff glitching, all that shit. The supernatural stuff.
okay.
Like when you're doing that stuff, once you get then it's not the same. That's what I'm saying. They had all the interest built up for them. Then they got in the ring, and that same interest wasn't there.
What are you talking about? The interest wasn't there. They even had a main event with Uncle Howdy winning. People were invested in them. What are you talking about? They had the Chad Gable situation. Then they went to the Miz. They were doing the right thing with them, and then they just brushed them off. It's what I'm telling you. Triple H lives on the moment. Charlotte Flair is back. Let me go ahead and put Charlotte Flair at WrestleMania because she's back.
That's not what, dude. Like
that is what he's doing,
dude. If you read the dirt sheets, like I know you do, and I've done, it's been since October. They've been saying Charlotte was going to come back at the Rumble and win it. I mean, this ain't nothing new.
No, it isn't.
Everybody knows that they go, oh, it's a hot thing. No, it's known. A lot of this shit is written out and things like that. And if something isn't going the way they want it to go, then they're going to shut it down.
I guess and so that's why they shut down the White Six, because they feel like it wasn't going the way.
No, my thing is, I bet Uncle Howdy got hurt, and Uncle Howdy is in control of this with Triple H. That was part of the stipulations of them bringing this back.
But the problem, why are you
had to go with the whole thing with what Bray's thought and process of what this was supposed to be.
I think you're making it more difficult than what it was
already complicated. Everything Bray did was complicated.
I think you're complicating it more than what it should be. If Uncle Howdy's the one that's injured, it doesn't affect the group. Like I told you, you could still use him. You could still have him backstage. He doesn't even have to be backstage. They could do video montages and stuff like that and create it that way. And even if he wasn't wrestling, then at least do the same thing that you were doing before, where they were showing those videos of him talking to himself and all that stuff. Yeah, you could still make it relevant.
All of that, weren't you saying they need to get in the ring soon?
Who, me?
Yeah, they said they were doing too many of the promos. They need to get in the ring soon. We're getting too many promos.
And we got him in the ring. And now, all of a sudden, I'd rather see
doing promos after you've already been in the ring.
But I'd rather see something than nothing out of them. If you're not going to give me them in the wrestling ring, then at least give me something where I could go ahead and be like, damn, okay, I haven't forgotten about you. But right now, you're making it seem like, hey, I've forgotten about it. And I've forgotten about him.
Though, because they keep throwing them out there, because Miz is like, I left Raw. Thank God I left Raw because I'm away from the Wyatt Six. And Nick Aldis goes, oh no, good news. They're coming with you. So they're throwing them out there and they're keeping the name relevant and stuff like that.
You consider that relevant? No. Relevant is when you show them, when you show one of them. Wait, or
you show one of them. What do you mean? One of them. Just show one of them.
Or something that, like, for example, if the Miz was saying all that stuff, why can't you go ahead and put, I don't know, Uncle Howdy's mask or something around where Miz, and Miz all of a sudden is like freaking out. He's like, okay, oh snap, what the hell's going on here? You don't necessarily need them there, but it's there.
It did the glitch on the TV. It did the glitch on the TV when he said Wyatt Six. Does that count?
No, that was Netflix, bro.
No, this was on USA. So maybe USA was bad too, but hey.
I didn't see that. I didn't notice that there was a glitch. My bad. That was my fault. If that glitch happened, then if they did a glitch on USA, then okay, that's better than nothing. I'm just saying. I just feel like they always forget, and they always kind of like push things to the side. Charlotte Flair whole situation is the same thing. Hey, I get it. You're okay. I get that you're saying, hey, these stories are already known. We've known and all that stuff. But again, it's like as soon as Triple H gets something, he's like, okay, this is what we're gonna run with, and that's it. There's not that much thought anymore into the storylines. That's just isn't. Look, again, they're running the whole Yeet phenomenon. It's the same crap as the Yes movement. Same thing. Nothing's new. Like
There's nothing new in pro wrestling that you're going to do, though, as far as storylines go. It's always
we
good
want
versus
some,
evil. You're chasing a story. You're finishing a story. It's always the same stuff.
but you're gonna lose some people. Why do you have Zammy and KO going at it again? We already saw that.
He did a package pile driver on Sami Zayn wearing a Sami Zayn Forever T-shirt.
And how many times have we seen
That is
Sammy and KO?
beautiful.
How many times have we seen KO and Sammy fight?
But we've never seen them fight on the grandest stage of them all.
Oh my god! Oh my god! You sound just like that would be like that would be like a response that Triple H would say. So I saw them in NXT fight.
Oh, I mean, if you saw them in NXT fight, I mean, that's it. We shouldn't book them ever again. I mean,
So predictable.
That's it. Done. KO, Sammy, you guys are fired. You guys fought each other.
Let's just rewind it all over.
Where do you go with them? Where do you go with them now? Where do you go with them then?
Where they go? They're gonna go where they already gave it to us. They're gonna duke it out at WrestleMania. Sammy versus KO. That's what we're gonna get.
And what's the problem with that?
Dude, been there, done that, man. We already seen that. Been there, done that.
Okay. Hey, that's it. That's it. Triple H, turn into TK. Give us once ever matches, and let's be done with it. I only want to see a guy fight each other one time, and that's it. But hey, Gunther and Jey Uso have fought each other.
Yeah, exactly.
See, that ran back at WrestleMania.
No, we don't. That's why I kept telling you that we need a spice. But we need to spice that up. I told you that in the post game.
So if we throw somebody in there, okay. So Sammy versus KO versus Johnny Knoxville.
You can't do that with that.
They should have never. Just throw somebody in there.
Sean, look how simple it could have easily been. Look how simple it could have been easily been. We spoke about this during Royal Rumble post show. I said what should have happened was Zammy goes ahead and turns heel. Zammy becomes KO's vengeance. He's like, hey, you know what? Cody, you screwed over KO. You did that all in front of me. You know what? I got so much evil. He's my bro. He's my guy. Remember, buddy. We were tag team champions last year at WrestleMania, or 2 years ago from WrestleMania and all that stuff. Now I'm gonna go and get some vengeance on your ass because you destroyed KO. Not only did they screw it up, they went ahead and they brought KO after being destroyed in that brutal match. And they say, oh, I don't know how long he's going to be out for. We all assume he was going to be out, but the guy comes back like Superman, right? So now he's back and then he betrays Zammy.
He stand up. He goes standing up enough to do the package power driver, and then he was trying to pull himself up on the ropes. He's holding his ribs. He had the stitches in his eyes. I mean, he had some beat up. He wasn't necessarily Superman. His hair wasn't brushed and stuff.
Guy couldn't even get up after he got freaking slammed on that damn ladder, and then all of a sudden now you see him doing that move on Zammy. Get out of here, bro. Come on, man. Come on. Why are you doing this to us, WWE?
Wait a minute, man. You're going to tell me that. But I watched an exploding, well, it didn't actually explode. AEW doesn't do the same stuff and people get up the next day and wrestle?
This ain't AEW. This is WWE.
Okay. All right. I'm sorry. My fault. Didn't mean to go low. Sorry, my fault.
No, it's not going low. It's just you throw it at me telling me, hey, WWE is not AEW. AEW is not WWE. So I could understand 100%. Them in AEW, you could put somebody with a bag over their head and they'll be there they won't even be the next day. They'll be there the next 30 minutes. I see that. We already know that AEW makes those dumb calls like that, but that's what they've already sold to the fans in that wrestling organization. We don't see that in WWE. They're more organized.
Maybe the story is KO is mad at Sammy for not attacking Cody and just sitting over him, watching Cody celebrate while he couldn't move. Maybe that's the whole reason that he attacked him.
Okay, but then if you're gonna do that, if you're gonna attack him, right, then don't freaking attack him on Monday night right away after the guy went through that brutal match. They should have played it out where KO takes at least a week or 2 weeks off. I mean, for the love of God, we had Bronson Reed go ahead and slam like 20 times on Seth freaking Rollins, and Seth freaking Rollins was out for how many times? They sold us this before. Many times they have gone ahead and showed us, hey, this guy's out. This guy's out for a couple weeks. Look, they even have Roman Reigns coming out all of a sudden because he got
How do you know that KO wasn't maybe supposed to be there and he just showed up and did it?
Okay,
Did he come from the back? Did his music hit?
it's the storyline. They allowed it. They allowed it to happen. KO was able to come and do whatever he had to do on Xami.
Yeah.
Dude,
I mean,
it's wrong. It's not right. It was dumb. It was predictable that they went ahead and they're gonna. It wasn't predictable that he was gonna turn on Xami. But as soon as you saw it happening, you're like, why are these guys going at it again? We've seen this before.
I never said that.
Come with
I was
something
happy.
new. Come with some originality. Come with something different right now. You're giving us Xami versus KO. Okay, wow, we're seeing KO versus Xami again. We're gonna see him now in WrestleMania. We saw him in NXT. We've seen him before, and it's always this roller coaster ride with them. One day they're happy, the other day they're evil friends. The other day they hate each other. The other day they're hugging each other. Same crap over and over again. I'm sorry. I'm not bought into that crap. I thought it sucked. I thought it was a bad call, and I felt like WWE dropped the ball on that. I don't feel that they should have gone that route.
So if you would have waited 3 weeks and came back and did it,
they should have never.
It changes it?
They should have never done it in the first place. Is where I'm going with this. They should have never done it. They should have had Xami attack Cody, and then now you could have had Cody versus Xami, and then bring that match into fruition. Because right now, a couple minutes ago, you were talking about who does Cody have on SmackDown to go ahead and be able to face against Cody? We don't have anybody. How easy would it have been to go ahead and create now Cody versus Xami and make Xami a heel? It could have easily been done.
Sammy to SmackDown, which means then you have to move KO to SmackDown to make it work.
That's fine. You do what you got to do.
They've just said
Cody and KO have been going at it, and they've been in. He's been in SmackDown the whole time with KO. What are you talking about? All you got to do is just move Sammy. KO and Cody.
You're right. KO was moved over. You're right. I'm sorry. Misspoke.
All you got to do is just move.
It doesn't make sense for Sammy to turn heel, though.
Why not? What's wrong with why he's defending his friend? It's like okay. Let's say Cheyenne. Cheyenne is there, and me and Cheyenne. You and me, Sean, are best buddies. And one day I see Cheyenne come and she kicks the crap out of you, Sean. Do you think I'm just gonna be happy and be like, "Hey, Cheyenne, you just beat my boy Sean"? No, I'm gonna go after Cheyenne and be Cheyenne. Hey, Cheyenne, man, what the hell is your problem? Why are you attacking my boy Sean? That's not cool. I'm gonna defend my best friend. But that's not what happened. What ended up happening was, hey, Cheyenne kicks your butt, and then she just leaves, and then you come after me because you say, hey, for no reason, because you felt I should have gone ahead and helped you. What are you talking about? Like,
but see, here's where you.
How are you mad at me if I wasn't even the one that attacked you? The one that attacked you was Cheyenne.
Story. You're just trying to go back to the recent. You forget the whole Sammy and KO story.
Again, the whole KO Sammy story is one day they're best friends, the next day they're enemies. It's always been the same.
Remember, Sammy was already in NXT. Then KO got signed. They were best buds, but then he turned on him because he was mad because Sami Zayn got there before he did. It's always been about jealousy with KO. But Sammy keeps going back. And then KO turns on him. He goes back, and then KO turns on him. When has Cody turned on Sammy?
He hasn't.
Okay, so again, he had the look on his face like he was pissed off, showing that he's upset.
Yes.
But he didn't pull the string. And then that, to me, is what raised the ire of KO to attack him on Monday night.
Again.
You had a chance, as you said, you had a chance to defend me. Did you? No. So I'm taking you out.
Okay, but in real life.
Show me your loyalty to me as a friend, and you let me down.
But dude, like
Hey,
you didn't,
before
you didn't,
before
you didn't even
before
give me
before
a
you go
chance.
any further, it's wrestling. Right. Right.
You didn't even give me a chance to go after Cody and try to like get back at you, get revenge for you because of the way you got your ass kicked.
But let me ask you something. Did Cody do anything over excessive of what the match rules were?
No,
Okay. Now, when he stood behind them with the titles on the closing shot, that might have been a little much. But other than that, he didn't do anything to where Sammy. He didn't keep beating on KO. He didn't keep anything else. So why is Sammy going to run and attack Cody? Because he beat him in the match? Now he showed again outside the ring. If you looked at his
but
face,
hold on, but
he
Cody
had that
lost
look
it.
of like, why would you do that?
Yeah,
You
Cody
had the
lost
look.
it. Cody lost it.
Yeah.
So as soon as Cody lost it, that's when you, as Sammy, will go ahead and say, Sammy would go and be like, "Hey, you know what? You took it overboard, man. You literally went ahead and you went overboard and you hurt my friend. So now this is not what we signed up for." I
Okay,
mean,
but your friend attacked me outside the ring. Your friend package pile drivered me. Your friend has tried to take me out many, many times. Go ahead, Sammy. Defend.
Sammy's hit Cody with his kick as well. Things have happened. You know,
Yeah.
you were selling us that you were selling us the story that maybe Sammy was gonna go ahead and turn heel
Yeah,
as
because,
well.
and then what happened? Sammy came out there and you're like, oh, here comes the heel turn. Here comes the heel turn. It never happened. And now everybody's like, God damn you, Triple H. You don't do what we ask you to do ever.
Not everybody was asking for Sammy to be a
Everybody
heel.
that wanted him to turn heel is upset today.
Not everybody.
Not everybody. I know one.
I'm upset because I'm tired of them running it back between those two guys. That's why I'm upset. You
Why
want
can't
to
you give two friends a chance to be on the big, grandest stage of them all against each other when they're not going to be figured into any heavyweight title matches? Give them a match on the damn card. Give them 15 minutes. Go out there, tear the house down. Do El Generico. Do Kevin Steen. Have fun.
I
How about a big thank you for what you guys have done? Appreciate you.
you don't think Kevin and Sammy have already gotten the big thank you when they won the tag team belts in WrestleMania against the Usos? That wasn't good enough of a thank you. That wasn't good enough that when KO had to run with Stone Cold Steve Austin, he closed down WrestleMania that night. That's not a thank you for KO as well.
Yeah, but you can get thanked more than one. Have you only been thanked once in your life? I'm sorry. I apologize. Frankie, thank you for being on the show with me.
Well, thank you for not getting upset at me for coming late.
Thank you, Frankie, for just joining me. I appreciate that. From now on, I will thank you every time I talk to you.
You don't have to thank
I'm
me.
just thankful.
But
that
you
you're
wanna
thankful
give
me.
everybody thanks. You wanna go ahead and let's honor them. Let's go ahead and run them together in
Okay,
WrestleMania because they're buddy.
so look at the story then, okay? And again, I don't even know that this is going to WrestleMania. Maybe it goes to Elimination Chamber.
True.
I don't know. But if it does go to WrestleMania, they deserve it.
They've been. You already run that, man. You already
But what
ran
the hell else
that.
do you have at WrestleMania, buddy? You got 2 nights.
You could have done way more. If you feel like this is so gratifying and it's so nice for them to be together and all that stuff, then I'm pretty sure you're happy with the way they've been treating Drew McIntyre too, right? Is that how you feel? You're happy about that because what they've done to him is kind of messed up as well. Like somebody who does deserve a title and does deserve to go and be on top and not have to face against, you're giving him Damian Priest. If that's gonna be one of the matches in WrestleMania.
Well, let me ask you something then. Let me just go this route. Okay, if we say thank you to Drew McIntyre and we give him a heavyweight title match, then what else are we doing? So you're telling CM Punk, Seth Rollins, and Roman, you get your triple threat match. We're gonna put Drew in there. KO and Sammy are taking no spots.
You
They're
could
taking
find
the
spots for them.
What?
You could find spots for them somewhere. There's different matchups up that you could do for these guys. Just gotta go ahead and create them. There's still. Remember what I told you. I said to you 3-way between Zammy, Jey Uso, and Gunther. Those
If
were
you
the
put a
three.
triple
You
threat
have
match
Sammy
in
there.
with Jey Uso, you're better off just kicking him in the crotch.
And
Because if you got to put a triple threat for somebody that you put as a Royal Rumble winner, they shouldn't have won the Royal Rumble.
And don't we both agree that he should not have won the Royal Rumble? He should not have won the Royal
I didn't
Rumble.
think he was going to win the Royal Rumble, no.
Do you think he deserves to have won the Royal Rumble? I don't think so.
Watching how the story's playing out, the different stories, I like the fact that they did it this way now.
You just want to go against what I'm saying. That's all. That's all you want to do.
No, I'm not.
Because there's no reason why Jey Uso should have won the Royal Rumble.
Right now, hold on a minute. Right now, I would like to apologize for my outbursts on Trish Stratus on the Royal Rumble recap show when I found out she came out number 25 on her 25th year in wrestling. So I apologize, Trish Stratus. I'm happy you got that spot for you in the Royal Rumble.
That feels like not a very sincere apology. That just feels like a petty apology, but okay.
No, 100. Once I saw she had 25 on her boots, 2 and a 5. Like she was all decked out in 25. I had no idea.
Look, man, you know that Jey Uso should have never won that Royal Rumble. Nothing that he has done has led to him to succeed in the Royal Rumble. And who the hell did he eliminate in the Royal Rumble? Besides John Cena.
Hold on a minute. I can
and Sammy. And that's it.
Hold on, let me look.
Like if you wanted to build the guy and be like, yeah, I'm
eliminated Shinsuke.
And what have they done with Shinsuke? They haven't done anything.
He eliminated John Cena. He eliminated Sami Zayn. And then here's another thing. Title, Sami Zayn might come back and be, because they did the thing last night where they're buddy. And he learned from the best to be buddy. So, KO. Does the KO come out? Could that be Raw? There's a lot of opportunity for Jey Uso with opponents. Especially they move Roman over there.
All right, bro.
All right, time for Frankie's favorite part of the day.
Actually, I think this is your favorite part because you get to kick me out of the screen.
Yeah, hold on a minute. Actually, I'm not going to kick you out of the screen yet. It's spin the wheel. Now I get to kick you out of the window. We're in trouble. Frankie, you gotta talk more. Frankie, talk. Can you hear you, Frankie?
Yeah.
I can't get the screen back over. My Windows froze. Hold on a minute.
Oh, I'm back.
All right, there we go. The new WWE reality show, which I'm not sure why that was on there. I thought I deleted that one.
What is the new reality TV show? Okay.
All right, Frankie Fresco, you're the one that you like the most. I shouldn't have put best, but I meant the one you like the most.
I'm trying to think here. Who did I like? I just whoever the best return, or just who I thought
for you.
I mean, I can't say Joe Henry because he's not a best return. He's never been to the Royal Rumble in the first place. But I thought that was smart for them to bring him in.
Okay, let's just say the best appearance for you. Then let me rephrase it. There we go.
Okay. So the best appearance for me was Joe Henry, even though they dropped the ball. They definitely dropped the ball. But I thought Joe Henry was the best idea to bring him because of his character, his, a lot of people like him. He's able to be sold to the crowd. People were singing, and everybody. I mean, there was like videos on X and on Instagram that I saw where even this one guy was with his little girl and he was singing the I Believe, and then all of a sudden Joe Henry comes out as soon as he says that. So it's like it was smart and strategic. That I think where they dropped the ball is when they didn't freaking put John Cena to even look at the guy. Like they made nothing, and even if they didn't want to like put them face to face, what they could have done is they could have eliminated Joe Henry, right? And then as Joe Henry is walking back into the backstage, John Cena's number comes out and they cross paths. They could have done something like that. If you didn't even want them to touch or anything, you could have done something like that. That's where I felt like they dropped the ball. But I thought Joe Henry was the smart idea to bring to the Royal Rumble.
See, I feel like, and just to piggyback on what you're saying about Joe Hendry, I don't feel that they wanted anybody to see him have interaction with Joe Hendry and John Cena because they want everybody to believe that John Cena is going to win the Elimination Chamber. And if they have that conversation, that confrontation a little bit there, it kind of, you would start going, okay, maybe he's not winning the Elimination Chamber. And again, me thinking this way, I would think, okay, they probably got a deal worked out with TNA to where he's going to end up beating Joe Hendry for that title and then going over to TNA for a little bit and going. Because there's another thing on here that I want to talk to you about if it doesn't come up on the next spin, which is something interesting as well. But for me, I loved the fact that Alexa Bliss did return. Again, I don't know what all, supposedly that was Shotzi. Shotzi was at the rehearsals. Shotzi was in that spot all the way up till Saturday morning. The contract got signed supposedly, and then Alexa Bliss was there.
So you were happy that they screwed over Shotzi and they put in Alexa Bliss?
Yes, 100%. Yes. I'm happy they screwed over Shotzi.
Just want to make sure.
Yeah. And then also the other one, I guess, would be I Show Speed, right? Because that's got over 300 million views as a thing. And the fact that Tozawa, God bless it. Listen, there's 3 comedians. The top level, R-Truth.
Where was R-Truth? Why wasn't he in the Royal Rumble?
No, because they didn't want to do anything. He'll be there for Elimination Chamber. That'd be great if they did the Elimination Chamber and he's stuck in one of them already. He's like, wait, how the hell did he get in there?
That'd be funny if they include him in the Elimination Chamber.
Yeah, probably. So then the other thing is Tozawa, after, I'm going to get one step closer to getting in the ring at the Royal Rumble. So I'm wondering if this becomes a thing. Like every year he gets closer and closer and closer.
That'd be pretty cool.
He gets taken out every year.
Yeah.
I would love that. Cheyenne says we don't know what happened to Shotzi. She got replaced by Alexa Bliss.
And Sean liked it.
Yes. 100%. All right.
Disrespect.
Here we go. Man, what a dream come true. This is exactly the one I wanted it to land on.
Really?
Chase U. Yes. Duke Hudson. Go ahead. Bring them together.
No, I can't do it. I can't do it.
Oh my goodness.
So, it was a very sad day. It was a very sad day because we all found out that Chase U, Duke Hudson, was released by the WWE. If you guys watch NXT, you realize that at one point in time, Chase U consisted of Riley, Andre Chase, Duke Hudson, and I forgot the girl's name, the blonde chick, which I'm not a big fan of her. But anyway, Thea Hale. There you go. I'm not a big fan of her. But yeah, they let him go.
I'm happy if Alexa Bliss replaced her.
I prefer any woman to replace her. Thea Hale just sucks. But whatever. I don't think she sucks. That's a different story.
Way to go. Tell us your truth, fuck.
Let me just go back.
All right, good.
The wheel is rigged. Yes, Cheyenne is rigged. Just like Shotzi got rigged over by Alexa Bliss. Anyway, going back to Chase U. What happened here was that they dismantled Chase U. Obviously, Rich Holland beat Andre Chase, and then they had to kind of like split them all apart. And then we lost Duke Hudson. And the line, the situation here is that the reason they let him go, apparently this is what I read, was that Triple H and a lot of the main guys in who do the whole WWE storylines felt like he's not a main main attraction for the main roster,
In all
and
fairness.
and he's already in his what I think he's like 34 or
34, yep.
34. So they felt like, hey, you're 34. You've been, I think he was in NXT for what, 6 years?
Yeah, because he
And
was under another name, and then he became Duke Hudson.
so then they didn't see,
And he was actually on the main roster for a little while. He was part of MVP's crew when they took on Cedric Alexander, and at the time, I think he was teaming with Ricochet.
Damn, you got a good memory. I forgot about that. So yeah, I mean, they felt like he wasn't star caliber for the main roster, and they said once you can't hack it and we don't see it, we gotta let you go, and they let him go. Question to you, Sean: do you agree with their decision of letting Duke Hudson out?
You know what's funny, man? Like, I've been looking at this all the time. I've not seen an official WWE thing saying he was released.
So you think they're
And he's still using the Duke Hudson name, which is something WWE does not really do.
so you think this is part
They
of a
have a
storyline?
partnership with TNA. I'm just wondering if this is part of that. And again, I'm not saying it is. It's just usually you get the tweet or something that, they've come to terms with. This guy, he was supposed to be released in, what was it, November, December?
He was released a while back.
Yeah, and that never made it anywhere until he comes out now and says, hey, I've been released. And Triple H made a decision that he's not a main roster guy. Like, it doesn't, I don't know, man. It feels like something that, and I may be totally wrong on this, but when I was looking at stuff, I've never seen, nobody had that Duke Hudson was released. And I get it. It's an NXT thing. But, and also, why does, I get Paul Levesque is in, Triple H is in charge, but Shawn Michaels would usually make that decision in NXT.
Is he what is his X on what is his tag on X? Is it Duke Hudson? Is
Duke
that his?
Hudson, yep.
So then if I'm looking at the correct I guess his profile, he did like hear Andre Chase said something about him.
Yep.
Tia
Hale
Hale
said something about him.
So why did they all wait? Why did they all decided to wait
Exactly.
until
Now, because it came out, now it feels like this is still somehow, and you know what I think honestly might happen? And this is when he lost about Chase U not being able to be formed anymore. That was in NXT, right?
Yeah.
What happens if Chase U goes to TNA?
That would be good. That would be badass, actually. That would make sense. See those things. See, that's why, Sean. That's why I get mad at you. I get mad at you because you sometimes come up with one of the most interesting storylines out there, but then you're okay with KO and freaking Zami going 1-on-1 against each other.
Yeah, because it makes sense at this point in time.
It does not make sense, but okay.
It does. Though there's nothing else going on that has Sammy and KO enthralled anywhere. So why not have them take on each other?
I already told you about Sammy and my idea behind Sammy.
Yes.
Now KO, you could still figure something out for him, and you bring in back Randy Orton. You could have ran Randy Orton versus
I haven't seen
KO.
anything about Orton yet either, as well. So
That's a good point. What's up, Cat for Life? I haven't seen you in a minute, bro.
Oh, hey, what's up, man? NXT's apparently on fire. I forgot to turn it on my TV in here. I had the volume down. I forgot to be watching it. All right, one last time. Here we go. Spin the wheel, make the deal. One more time. All right.
Disgusting. Terrible. I want to throw up. The most disgusting thing. Explain that to me. Why does WWE have to be so goddamn biased for John Cena? Why does he deserve to not have to fight his way to the Elimination Chamber? Just because it's his last run? I don't give a damn about being his last run. You don't get a pass, sir. You need to fight your way, just like everybody else did, and get into the Elimination Chamber. He could have easily had a fight last night on Monday Night Raw and then won, and then he's in the Elimination Chamber. But no, what did they do? Hey, John Cena, you're our godchild. Here you go. You get Elimination Chamber because we love you. Here you go. Disgusting. It's terrible. While you have guys like CM Punk who have to fight his way to the Elimination Chamber. Logan Paul.
That's the problem, right? Because CM Punk didn't automatically get put in. That's the real problem here.
That's not the problem. The problem is that they're being biased. You don't give privileges. You earn them. This is wrestling. That's what it is. You earn them. Mr. John Cena, you need to get your ass and go in the ring right before you go do your movie. Get in there, win, and then qualify for the Elimination Chamber.
They should have put John Cena against Dominic and then let him go.
Fine, that's fine. They could have done that. That's fine. They could have done that. They could have put him against Tajawa, whoever they wanted to.
I love the fact that he sat in the press conference and he sat down and he said, I'm doing something never done before because I deserve it. That's what he said. I deserve it. I've earned it. I'm putting myself in the Elimination Chamber.
Disgusting.
Terrible. I love it. I love it. I hope we see a different side of Cena for this final run so much. A little nastier side of John Cena. He can do the heel turn like he did it that one year on Raw. He's like, oh, he thought I was going to do a heel turn. And he put his heel on the ground and turned it. That's this. I don't have a problem with it, man. I do not have a problem with it.
I have a complete huge problem with it because at the end of the day, you didn't earn it, bro. It's like, okay, if you don't have a problem with that, then I'm pretty sure you never had a problem with Roman Reigns going ahead and giving him this huge celebration of being the champion for how many days, passing Hulk Hogan and all that stuff, and only defending the belt like what 15 times and the whole time. Were you happy with that? Were you satisfied with him only defending the belt a handful of times, but yet he was being crowned as like, hey, this big champion? Can't believe that I gotta look at the video. I gotta look at the old episodes and see, because if I'm not mistaken, you were not happy either that he never went ahead and fought.
Oh, I don't say that I'm not happy that he wasn't fighting, but I don't think. Look, Roman Reigns deserves what he got. Roman Reigns deserves what he got. John Cena's deserving what he's getting.
No.
Yeah,
that's not how it's supposed to be, bro.
Was he not the last one in the Royal Rumble? Could he have not won the Royal Rumble and then he would have went to WrestleMania as the main event, as the second person in or second last person to be eliminated? Bam! I'm in.
All right, then what Cap for Life is saying the exact same thing. Put in Roxanne Perez, because wasn't she the second to last one in there?
I think he's watching NXT and Roxanne Perez just came on the TV is what I think happened.
Oh, no. Roxanne Perez. She should be automatically qualified to the Elimination Chamber of the Women because she was second to last. There you go. Let's just do that then, huh? Let's just give out handouts like Oprah. You get a car. No, you get a car. No, you get an Elimination Chamber automatic bid. No, you get one. Just give it out. Why do we need them to fight? Why?
I wish John Cena would have pitched a little bit of a bitch when he got pushed off, and they turned it into an angle with Jey Uso. Like Jey Uso wasn't supposed to win, but he just pushed him off to win it.
That would have been fun. But of course, John Cena, the company man, of course, grabs his hand. Yes, it's time for me to pass the torch. No, man, John Cena, be an ass. Go ahead and push him. Be like, damn it, I should have won this. It's my last run. You screwed me over, Jay. And then you want me to go ahead and have sympathy for him and be like, oh yeah, you deserve to be in the Elimination Chamber. No, man, earn it,
brother.
Yeah, Wilfred Joseph, hell yeah, AEW baby.
Oh, you want to talk AEW? Well, that's the next conversation we're about to do, because this, I want to hear from you, Frankie, on this, and we'll discuss more. If you got WWE, throw it in there. We'll get some more here in a minute.
Official memo. What is the problem? You know what? What you need to type is John Cena, you're an ass. I said it exactly. That's what you need to say. John Cena is an ass. Yes.
Damn. Frankie about to fight on this hill. AEW Grand Slam Australia.
Why are we talking about this again?
Oh, you don't know about it?
Tell me. I want to hear about it.
Did you hear when it's scheduled? Do you know the great matches that are on it?
I know there's 2 already officially.
What are they?
Isn't it Tony Storm versus Mariah May? Right?
That is
That's
on
one.
there. Yes, that's correct.
And then the other one is Kenny Omega and Will Ospreay versus Takeshita and Kyle Fletcher.
That is correct.
Yes, I got it right.
And to watch those matches, you need to stay up till 10:30 at night on Saturday on TNT or whenever the All-Star Challenge ends. And then you can watch those matches on tape delay. So you already know who wins, but you'll get to watch them.
Wait, it's not live?
Nope.
What the hell's Tony Khan doing?
And they have Max, and Max isn't going to show it until 10:32, the same time as TNT.
Oh my God, what a bunch of...
Why not do it live on Max, and then you can catch the replay on TNT? Ridiculous to me. You got those type of matches, and it's on tape delay. By the way, they did like a 200 this Saturday against the Royal Rumble.
I'm surprised they even got 200.
And there's an NXT pay-per-view that night as well. So
Yeah, I saw that. They were going head-to-head with them. Yeah, I'm going to tune into NXT because at least they're live.
It's just crazy, man. When I was thinking Grand Slam was a pay-per-view. Then I heard it's on TNT, and then I look and I go, that's the same weekend as the NBA All-Star Game. So it's going on whenever the All-Star Challenge ends, then it'll start.
What is AEW doing, bro? What the hell are they doing?
Bro, I was like, man, that's kind of, it's cool but then also, I guess a lot of people in Australia thought they were going to get like a pay-per-view style show, and now they're basically just getting a collision with some high-profile matches. So that might be why more matches weren't announced, because they might end up just recording it like a collision, so you'll get the 2 big matches and then some other small
Holy
matches.
crap, you're right. It's on Saturday.
Yeah.
That's crazy. And I also thought that it was a pay-per-view.
I thought it was a pay-per-view, honestly, until I read about it, and I was like, oh my God. Because they were saying TNT's not going to show it live. I'm like, why would TNT show Grand Slam? And then I'm like, oh my goodness, they're going to try to run it. Oh.
Why would Tony Khan do all this? Like, how?
What thinking is, man, I don't.
Why? It's mind-boggling. Like, dude, like, look, seeing these type of things by Tony Khan pisses me even more than Jey Uso winning the Royal Rumble or seeing KO or KO versus Sammy. It just pisses me off even more because how are you running this business, man? Like, it gets me. Look, man, I feel, I feel bad for the wrestlers too.
Here's my other question though: why are you going to Australia and not putting on a pay-per-view? I mean, if you're doing a tour, like a live events tour, that's fine. But if you're doing a show from there, give the people a pay-per-view. No wonder ticket sales weren't. I mean, think about it. We've only heard of 2 matches. If I'm going to buy tickets for this show, are you buying tickets off of it? I mean, I guess maybe the 2 matches they announced were pretty good for people in Australia because that's a lot of the people that they know. But other than that, like, you know the prices of AEW tickets. Are you going to pay that for a possible Collision live show taping?
No.
That's crazy to me, man. No. I was like,
and then you expect people to stay up and watch this? Come on, man. That's dumb. That's bad business. It just doesn't.
And TNT sold it on to them as you'll have a good lead-in with the All-Star game. All-Star Challenge, sorry. It's All-Star.
You know what? TNT is laughing at AEW. That's what they're doing. They're laughing at AEW. That's not get the hell out of here. Why would you need a lead in from the NBA All-Star game?
Oh, remember when they're getting the lead in from Big Bang Theory, they're starting at like 800, and then they're dropping down to 6, 7,
The thing is not even live, dude.
3, 2.
It's not even live.
The other thing too is you're going to know the results because you know how it is these days.
Yeah. Why even watch it?
Results are going to get
It's like
out.
Rampage all over again.
Yeah.
It's Rampage all over again. And what happened to Rampage? They had to take it out because nobody watched it.
Oh, same thing's happening with Collision. They record a lot of the collisions with the Dynamite, so most of it's already recorded. Like this collision this week was recorded because they were on the cruise.
Yeah.
So, anything else AEW you want to talk about that has been tweaking your melon?
No, to be honest with you, no.
I mean, if you got any questions on the board, ask us about AEW or WWE. But honestly, I mean, look, I like what they're doing with Harley Cameron. I will say that. I don't know if I guess she's going to actually, no, that's going to be another match going to get added. Harley Cameron from Australia against Mercedes Moné. That's going to get added too, I think, to Grand Slam Australia.
They are so all over the place, man. It's so sad.
Yeah, and then Cope challenged Moxley to a match at Revolution, which is March 9th, which is their next pay-per-view. And that was the reason I looked it up because I was like, damn, AEW is doing pay-per-views month after month. I was like, wow, that's a new different. And then, nope, it was not. Man, no doubt's watching. I got to flip over to. I don't think I have it on.
He says the NXT girls are out of control.
Yep.
And they're supposed to be surprising us with Will Ospreay going against somebody from the Don Callis family tomorrow. So we gotta see.
Yeah, I mean, and again, it's one of those things that like I don't know, man. I feel like they were turning a corner, and I just don't know. I don't know, man. Is it me or is it wild? There's no intro on Raw with a theme song like it was on USA Network. Well, now they do that. They kind of do a live shot of zooming in on the arena around, and then it's Michael Cole or Joe Tessitore kind of talking it in, almost like. And again, remember, I think I've said it numerous times. The new producers from ESPN and Marvel, and you're seeing the Marvel kind of on the camera side, and you're seeing ESPN on the live pre-shows now with the outside kind of like game day. And then also on the introductions, I feel, is you're getting more of that live feel that's coming in instead of all of the music in intros and things like that. And I think it gives it a different feel, and I like it. I like the feel.
I like it too.
I think it's refreshing. It's new. It's not the old 80s, 90s where we have to get an intro and the rock music or whatever it's going to be playing to get you hyped up. I think it's pretty good.
I agree.
I'm investing in this Kenny Omega Ospreay team up. Hey, no, look. Ultimately, I think they end up helping each other out. Friend of thy friend is a friend of my enemy is my friend, and then or what is it? The enemy of my enemy is my friend, or some shit, whatever it is. Then I think they'll end up versing each other again. But I feel like you did a lot to end up putting on a match at 10:30 at night for the East Coast. Again, it'll be 7:30 on the West Coast, and I guess if you're in Australia in the crowd, it'll make it work. Will Rock make it on this year's WrestleMania? Well, everything I've seen says no, but then I heard he got upset that got leaked, so he may try to sneak in now just to stick it to people. But also, the problem's going to be is how did people find out if he's not going to be on there? Because remember, he's a board member, man. It's like, who the hell's out there talking, letting out those plans? Like that's not something you want to do, because again, WWE could inch up and tease, will The Rock be there? And then you tune in to see if The Rock shows up. If he doesn't, they get the bye. If not, and you get pissed off the night after or whatever. But, now if everybody knows that he's probably not going to be there, then, and again, when you look at it, it was. I lost my train of thought. I was reading No Doubt's question at the same time. Sorry.
Yeah,
What's
I
his
was, I was
name?
reading it too.
Oh, damn. What was I saying? Jeez, I'm getting old. Jesus Christ.
About Rock making it into the memo, the question of memo. No,
Yeah, but I forgot where I was going with my train of thought because I saw what he said at the. Um,
don't worry about
well,
it. Next question.
basically, I don't think The Rock's going to be there, but he might be there now because everybody thinks he won't be there. If it was live in Australia, wouldn't it be like 8 a.m. here? Is there an option besides taping it? They have Max, but I don't know what the deal is with Max as far as, but again, they probably cannot do it live because if you do it live that way, then it's probably a pay-per-view. And this isn't a pay-per-view, so you can't, stream it on Max. So you have to sit there and wait for wait for it to guest record and send it, and then whenever the network can put it on, which is 10:30 at night or later. Last year the challenge got over at 11:30, so we'll see what what happens. And no doubt, not your responsibility. It's mine. But like I'm like a squirrel. I see it pop up, and I'm like, and I forgot everything. You heard what Taker said on it. He doesn't want Cena being 17-time champion because he's not invested on WWE 100%. That he's leaving after this year's run. But see, here's where I think he beats it. And the thing that sticks with me is when he was doing all his things, he says, the reason I want to win and get 17 is so I can shake the hand of the one who gets 18.
I heard that. I heard when he said that.
So I feel like he does it, and then he'll be, they'll do it like they do in baseball. Whenever somebody passes the home run or whatever, they make sure somebody's in attendance, the family or whatever, depending on how old the record is. And then they're there to, commend the accolade of what it was there. So, but again, it is what it is at this point, man. Like it's a great story. And then is it going to be one of the stories that finishes, or does he stay at 17? Because Cena, look, he's tied with Flair now. There's no issues, with that, with going out as that. And then, champions. Yeah, but I think Orton is at what, 15 or 14?
I don't know. I have to look it up.
And I know Charlotte Flair, I think, is at 16.
I think Charlotte Flair is on 16. Ship WWE run. Let's see.
Yeah, Randy's at 14. And then Charlotte Flair.
Can you believe that Cody Rhodes has been the champion now for 302 days?
Yeah.
Roman Reigns was for 734.
Yeah, so Charlotte and Randy each have 14. If Charlotte wins this one, she'll be at 15. One behind her dad and Rick. Or her dad and Cena. No. Charlotte is not tied with Rick. Cena's tied with Flair, Ric Flair. At 16. I think that's what it is, right? 16?
I don't know what site you went. I'm championship WWE all time, maybe.
Yeah, Ric Flair has 16. But again, they are going off of NWA. He's 8-time NWA heavyweight champion, 6-time WCW world champion, 2-time WWF champion. So that gives him 14, 16. That's his 16 championships right there. And then Cena is tied with Ric Flair with 16 right now. If he wins another one, he will hold the record at 17. So we'll see what they got there. All right, Frankie Fresco, last remarks, my friend.
Want to go ahead and thank everybody who tuned in. I want to thank all you guys who share our stream. Make sure you go and hit that like. Make sure you hit the subscribe. Make sure you let your friends and family know that Sean is usually here on time and I'm usually late. So
But I thank you.
I I don't know. You really that sounds like a pity thing. But don't forget to follow me at Frankie Fresco on all social media platforms. And yeah, just try to you guys. We appreciate you guys tuning in every Tuesday. And like I said, my bad, man. I fell asleep for like 2 seconds, and then when I woke up, I was like, crap! Started the show. I gotta run. Gotta go.
So in NXT, they've teamed up Zariah and Solruka.
Yeah, they kind of had that coming because they were working. They were having little things. I can't watch it here on my phone. I thought I could. I have to go downstairs and watch it because I don't have my TV on my studio. Make sure you let everyone know Fresco is a. Oh my god! Yes, I am. I am a CM Punk fan. Yes, I've always been a CM Punk fan. I am not a John Cena lover like you, Memo. Sorry.
And make sure you check me out on Stanley_Media11 on X, Stanley Media House Network on Facebook, the page, like it, share it, and also Stanley Media House Network on YouTube, also on Twitch, and that's it. Those are my channels. We appreciate each and every one of you that was in today. Memo, no doubt. Let's see, Cheyenne. Cap for Life was back with us today. Wilford Joseph was in with an AEW. We should ask him for some comments on AEW.
He mentioned AEW and he left.
Yeah, that's all I had to say. So yeah, I got it in. I got it in. I'm out. Sammy was in. I appreciate always being there. Karun was in. Man, I had a lot of interaction today. Appreciate all you. Josh was in. Steven Gonzalez was in. Dad was in. I appreciate Chad was in as well earlier on.
Damn, I didn't even see Chad.
Yeah, no, he was in earlier on when you were sleeping. Yeah, he was. Once he knew you were coming on, he was like, "Oh, I'm out. I'm out."
Alyssa Marie.
Where?
She was on Facebook. She commented on Facebook.
What? Why Facebook didn't come here? That's my daughter.
Oh, that's your daughter?
Yeah.
She said Drew.
Oh, so apparently she was. Well, I appreciate you watching, and I know that means my grandson was watching. Kai, so we're good there. He's probably asleep now. He'll miss the shout out. She probably will too. They're probably both sleeping. But I appreciate that. I didn't know the Facebook doesn't come through here. I thought all of the comments came through here.
I see her comment here on the thing.
On what thing?
On the side. You see how it says it on the side right here for us? Her comment came about, it said an hour ago. It said it was right below official memo when he wrote Logan Paul is SmackDown. And then she wrote Drew.
Oh my goodness. I missed it. Goodness. Because I think that's when Memo started going in on you or Damian Priest about the Damian Priest.
Yeah, I'm not gonna go that far.
Yeah. I was trying to think the right way to say it. So
yeah, I'm not gonna say that.
Yeah, that's when we got like a bunch of comments in a minute. I didn't see that one. I went right over it. Damn it. Well, I'm glad she was in there. I'm glad she got the comment read. And thank you for tuning in as well. Wilford said, I'm still here. I love Collision. Wilfred, where are you located?
Maybe he's in Australia.
I don't know. Well, real quick, Wilfred, we're going to try to wait a second. I want to see where you're located at, man. Are you in the United States?
That would be interesting if he is in the United States. And
also, while you're doing that, what do you like about Collision or love about Collision?
Oh, he's in Port St. Lucie. Right there.
What do you love about Collision, though? I'm not. Look, man, I'm all for the wrestling inside the ring, and I've always said about AEW is great. My problem is the storylines, and then also most of the collisions are recorded, so you already know what's going to happen. Like, and look, I'll buy a ticket to watch the Titanic once. I'm not buying it to watch it over and over and over.
Whoa, Titanic was a good movie. What are you talking about?
It was, but I'm not going to sit there and go watch it every week because I know.
What about if your wife says, Sean, I want you to come and watch the movie again with me? Would you turn it down?
I'll fake a lot of illnesses.
Oh, we got to record it. I'm going to forward this to your wife.
She knows. Trust me. I love when they're debuting new people. Megan. Okay, all right. But Megan Bain actually came out on Dynamite during the Casino Gauntlet match, and then they brought her back, and now they've officially announced because she finished up her bookings with Else. But all right, I'll let it go. All right, everybody. Again, no rights and wrongs, just different views on different things. So that's how it happens. That is why I love the world of pro wrestling. No Doubt says, I love the occasional cousin beef matches on Collision. There's another one that didn't get a lot of play either. You're not mad about that?
I'm going to be honest with you guys. I did not get a chance to watch this Collision this weekend. I was watching the Royal Rumble.
No. Cousin Beef. He hasn't been on in a while. I mean, I feel like the only time he's been on is the one time we talked about him.
Really?
I haven't seen a lot of Cousin Beef.
Oh.
Wilfred,
okay.
No Doubt. You guys probably watch more Collision than me. Cousin Beef, he's been on a lot or no?
I don't know.
And then we'll start wrapping this up.
I mean, didn't
And they are focusing more on tag team on the Collision side. Yeah, I agree with that. I mean, the Death Rider interview I liked as far as with
YouTube.
John.
That was the interview on YouTube.
Oh, I watched the piece that they put on Collision where John Cena explained why the belt. They finally explained why the belt is in the case. Because they did the whole thing about, do you know what a world champion is? I'm the embodiment of the world championship and stuff like that.
That was a dumb answer, bro. He should have not.
It might have been dumb, but at least it was something to say why the damn belt is in the damn briefcase, man. Because other than that, it's like, why doesn't this?
Somebody should snatch the briefcase.
Yeah, no, I haven't seen the whole full one on YouTube yet. I need to go check that out.
I gotta watch the YouTube one.
Yeah, I will in a minute. Orlando wants Cena. And Bailey's out again at NXT.
Good for Bailey.
And Wilford, we appreciate you and all your interaction. And make sure you tune in every week, every Tuesday, 7 p.m.
Yes.
Why is it? Why is it what? What's No Doubt asking? Why is it? No. Why is it?
I don't know why is it. Why is
Why
it?
is Cousin Beef not on the TV? Because apparently he's not, in with whoever he needs to be in with to get on the TV.
Well, did you see that they brought Enzo Amore?
Yes. But they won't be able to bring him back as Enzo. That's why when they did the thing, he didn't say anything and he let the crowd say it.
Damn.
Oh, he said the belt is in the case because...
Oh, why is the belt in the case?
Yeah, I get it now. Yeah, he's saying because nobody understands what the world championship means. It's not a physical thing. It's an embodiment. He embodies the world heavyweight championship. And that, like, why do you need to see the belt when you can see me? And that's kind of where he went. But at least it's something. At least there's a story there.
I mean, if I was somebody in AEW, I would snatch that briefcase.
Yeah.
Since he doesn't care. Since he's embodied.
Yeah, he's embodied, man.
I would snatch the briefcase, see what he does. Figure it out.
He'll melt, turn to ash.
AEW, bro.
TK pulled it off.
AEW, bro. They're like... So, they've lost my interest so much. It's bad. Like, I still watch Dynamite, but...
Hey, Wilfred, if you're still watching, do you watch WWE at all? Just wondering, because... See if he enters in the next minute or so. Anything else you want to, real quick? Oh, what? We hurt people. I love the Hurt Syndicate now. I love me some MVP.
Yeah, he's not bad.
I love me MVP, Bobby Lashley, and Shelton Benjamin. I love me some. No WWE for you. Okay.
Oh, wow. Wow.
Can I ask what age range you're in? You don't have to tell me an exact age, just a range. And a smaller range, not like 20 to 50, but something smaller than that. Like, I'm just wondering because I have a feeling you're going to be more toward, and I may be wrong at saying this, more toward the younger side. Not kid side, but like at least that's what I'm thinking.
I would assume that he's going to be more on the older side.
You think so?
Yeah, because the fan base in 42.
There
you go. I told you.
Yeah. No, that's like the ECW fan base.
Yeah.
That'd be about the age of the ECW type fan base. Yeah, you're right. You used to watch
Ah, I see.
WCW. Okay, okay.
I think the AEW does get a lot of the old WCW fans watching more.
Yeah, because it's the alternative. I mean, that's the
Not
reason.
only that, but they obviously are kind of resemble each other in a way
Mhm.
from time to time.
Yep. So we'll see. I mean, again, like I said, I think they're trending up, but I haven't been
They're stagnant, bro.
too great on their latest, especially with the Grand Slam. Like I thought that was a pay-per-view, and to find out it's gonna be on TNT and then tape delayed and then played at 10:30 Eastern. Like those matches, man, those things should be live, man.
Of course, man. Those are great matches. And you're with all due respect, but you're doing Tony Storm a disservice, man. She should be and that Mariah May fight. You're doing the disservice. So
Appreciate everybody that tuned in. Any last parting shots?
no, I think we got everything we needed to say.
And Wilford, I didn't like how WWE treated WCW, but they had to fight dirty with dirty. You can check out the 30 for 30 about it. In the words of the great Golden Solely, so long from the sun, shine